Three Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. If you want your question answered in the Ask a Nigga at if you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That's Three Ninjas. I said it again. Three Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com. Also, visit us at threeninjaspodcast.com for all of our links, for everything that you can find on us. You can check out the merch. We got some new merch in the store, so go cop that. Yeah. Fuck it. Hesh, what's our first question? Hesh Clock. Read us.
Wait, what?
Hesh Clock.
Oh, okay.
Read us.
All right. His first question comes from James Watts.
And
his question goes like this, almost exactly.
You raped her. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Dear Ninjas, the one and only James Watts, a.k.a. Hesh of Philly. 2 questions. Recently, I posted a comment.
Tweedle dumber ass nigga. Y'all both like the same size.
No, I'm taller than that nigga.
Ebony and Ivory ass nigga. Y'all still big as fuck.
Yo, James Watts be lifting weights up, nigga fuck you up.
I told him that to his face. I told him, you big swole ass little nigga.
He gonna fuck you up.
Whatever. Got guns for niggas like
He from Philly, he got probably more guns than you.
You
nigga.
right. You right.
He gonna shoot you while eating a cheesesteak.
Yo, something about niggas from Philly get shot and they just don't die.
Exactly.
Like automatically.
And he got a beard, so you know he down with the ox.
Yeah, man.
Nigga.
You're gonna eat pork and make your skin like tougher. Shots don't go through. You gotta shoot niggas like mad times. Read the question, man.
I recently left a post/comment under a statement on a Blurred Girls page.
Cosplayer.
Most likely. And she said she would use it for content, but she took what I said and changed the whole dialogue and subject. What's your take on that being in the podcast business, I'm assuming? And do you think that this is the right way to get attention and fame? Question number 2 is, Sony is doing a Madam Web movie. How bad do you think Sony is going to fuck this up? And thank God we get our 3rd Spider-Man before they shit all over it. So yeah, answer that question, gentlemen.
Okay. So I think what he's saying is, how do we feel about, I guess, influencers taking comments from other people and turn them into, I guess, content and subjects and tirades or whatnot. When you put shit on a public forum, I guess is open to interpretation for anybody to use.
Yeah.
If someone puts a subject out there and then you put a comment under that, or if they put something out there, right, and then someone puts a comment or says something about it, they can in turn use that as content as I guess another vantage point of the situation sometimes, or just something that they can use on their platform. How do we feel about that being in the podcast business? It's kind of shit that we thrive on.
Basically, we need that content to make content.
Somebody puts something out there, then somebody retorts, and then we respond to both of them, the retort and the initial, I guess, subject.
Yeah.
And then we give our 3 opinions on it. So that's kind of shit that we thrive on. Do we do that?
Yeah, we do it sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm sure we've seen some shit.
Yeah, seen some shit like, yo, I got a question.
I do it all the time. We did it for that. Is Zelda overrated? Yeah, that's where I got it from. I got it from the internet.
Yeah, because somebody young had said some shit. It was like, yo, this shit whack. And I was like, yo, nigga, you ain't grow up on this, so it don't even matter. But yeah, being in the podcast game, you know, that's something that we do. Yeah. Is it something that we constantly look for?
It's not like we are looking through comments to find something to talk about. It's just like, oh, something might spark something one day.
Yeah, you know, if it sparks an idea or like a thought, then, you know, we'll use it for content. But it's nothing that we, you know, actively look for.
Yeah, it's mostly like if you just happen to go on Twitter and they're having a conversation, you say something and somebody say something stupid. Like that shit when they were saying that I think it was they were saying that the PlayStation 2 wasn't retro. That shit's retro as fuck.
It's retro as fuck now because it came out. It's the second.
Yeah.
It's the two.
Yeah, it's the two.
Yeah, they already had their own definition of what retro is instead of the actual meaning. They're not making PlayStation 2s anymore. That shit is retro.
Yeah, and then I don't know what you might have said to this woman because we all know how you talk. Well, us three know how you talk to people. So I don't know what you might have said that could have warranted a response. But I'm pretty sure it was some flagrant shit because, like I said, we know you.
So that's probably why she had to adjust it.
Yeah, it's probably why she had to say something about it. Like, yo, this nigga felt it was he was comfortable enough to say this shit to me, and in James Watts's mind, he like everything's a joke to him, but. He got to realize that a lot of people aren't in that same mindset. He's like, oh, I was just joking. Like, why didn't you see this as a joke? Like, nigga, she took that as dead serious. She don't know. She can't differentiate what's a joke and what's, serious. So she takes everything as, the same thing.
Especially on the internet with text, it's hard to convey tone over text. Everyone's sure have had an argument that was not meant to be an argument over something dumb.
And it's James. Like, it's him. Like,
well, yeah. Well, that's why he's. I don't even know if he said something super flagrant towards her.
If it was James, he said something flagrant and thought it was a joke and thought it was funny, and then she was like, "Nigga, what?"
Well, the way he wrote it, wasn't even seem like she was offended. It was just like she took what he said and then used it, but changed it a little bit. I think so. Maybe what he said might have been super flagrant, but she was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna say it like this."
Watts, make sure you send a screenshot what you had said, and then we'll determine or not if you deserve to get your ass cussed out or maybe beat up.
Maybe it was something flagrant. Well, he didn't even make it seem like
he said something flagrant to everybody.
I know, but he didn't make it seem like she was like upset at him for what he said. She used what he said to make.
She might have been that upset to make it content. It was like, yo, this nigga here thought I was pussy.
Well, I don't know.
Said something wild.
Well, we don't know what the comment was. We don't know what the conversation was either, so we don't know.
I can only imagine.
Listen, I don't disagree with you because I've met this nigga. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily mean what he said was a negative thing. Maybe he just said something. It's just like, oh, that's a good idea, but I'm not gonna say it the way that you said it. Because he's probably like, yeah, what you think about whatever? And then she was like, oh, that's interesting, but I'm not going to say that word. I'm going to just change this a little bit.
You always got your titties out. Why you don't never show the areola? Like something like that.
Well, I
don't know. Screenshot us the shit and send it so we can, what?
I don't know.
Something you want to ask somebody?
Nah. I was going to say, that's not a bad question.
I mean, hey.
It's not a horrible question.
It's not.
It's worse.
It can spark another discussion, but we're not going to get into that. The second question was
Madam Web movie.
How bad do you think Sony's going to fuck this up?
Bad? Who knows?
I mean, if it's solely Sony, then it's going to be one of the worst movies that you've ever seen in your fucking life, probably.
I don't know about that because the Venom movie was okay. So
it was bearable. It wasn't bearable because it was an okay movie. Was it bearable because it was Venom and you just wanted to see Venom on screen?
Combination of both of those.
Okay, things. Who asked for Madam Web? It's like, yo, we've grown up on Spider-Man, so we all wanted to see some iteration of Venom or the Miles Morales or we want to see the Spider-Man that we know, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Pig, maybe. Madam Web is like,
They only own the rights to so many characters, and they're all tied through Spider-Man. They gotta make something if they're trying to make a universe, so Madam Web getting the movie, nigga.
But who asked for Madam Web?
And it might be good. It might be good. Like, let's not act like they didn't make two good Spider-Man movies, or three, if you count the Amazing Spider-Man. It's good Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay. So you skipping Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3 you skipping, and then the first Amazing Spider-Man.
With
and even
Garfield dude.
Yeah, and even Amazing Spider-Man 2 was well.
Yeah,
it's whatever. But like, so let's not. We can't act like they don't have a history of making good Spider-Man movies. So they could make a good Madam Web film.
Am
I looking for Madam Web? No.
I'm not saying that they haven't, but it's more of a like, what have you done for me lately type of thing. Where it's like,
Spider-Man.
I'm talking about like, what have you given me to make me feel comfortable enough with this Madam Web movie? Like, what have you given me within that? Like, we can't. Like, we can only judge you on your last hit. So it's like, what have you given me to be like, I'm excited for this. Oh, they gonna knock this shit out the park. Well, it's like, seeing what y'all did with the last couple movies was like, I'm not that excited. And then a character that you have to explain to the masses, what you gonna do? Cool.
Like, I don't know.
Um,
I don't fucking know.
Bob, you got an opinion on this?
I don't want to see that shit.
All right.
I was like, fuck that. And
I don't
see.
know what they're doing.
All right, cool.
I guess what's MetaWeb? Does MetaWeb alter reality?
I think so. She could
Somewhat.
jump through dimensions.
something like that.
I know very. The only thing I know from MetaWeb is from the fucking Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah, that's about it.
Was it Secret Wars they were doing? Whatever the fuck I was doing.
Was it?
I don't know. One of them wars. One of the Spider-Man wars shit when they were teleporting, hopping through time and
wasn't
shit.
the one when Mary Jane went to some other dimension?
It was some shit like
Couldn't
that.
find her?
It was her and the Beyond her. I remember that
Yeah.
shit. Like it was her. She was in the chair and it was like, "Hey, what up,
Spider-Man
dog?"
Wild.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I don't fucking know a whole lot about Madam Web. I'll
Why she
probably
gotta have a single movie by herself?
because maybe she's gonna like bring some type of multi-dimensional spider world webs connected.
I'm thinking that they're making all these solo movies for one big movie.
The Spider-Man world, because you know they do a lot of crossovers in the comic books where because there's a bunch of Spider-Man in all different universes where they sometimes team up together versus something. So maybe she might be the groundwork for some type of thing of that nature.
Now, I'm guessing this is coming out after Craven.
I didn't even really know about the Man Web thing like that. To be honest with you, he just wrote it in the question. I was like, cool beans.
You ain't see that shit that they posted with like
Yeah,
the 12 movies that they had? No, you ain't said fuck it.
Spider-Man.
Word.
Done.
All right. So, James, thank you for that question.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Hesh, what's the next question we get?
Do send that screenshot.
Yes, please. So we can validate.
And I'm trying to believe in you, James.
Yeah, we trying to be on your side, but we know.
So if
you
I see
nigga.
this screenshot and it's wild, I'm gonna be like, damn.
Yo, you the original wild boy.
Facts. Niggas talking about me. Y'all niggas ain't never met James.
Yeah, yeah, that nigga's never been on the show.
Or maybe, but it'd be like a Patreon only episode.
Oh yeah, it's like a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. Like
$50 tier.
Like,
You gotta protect ourselves at all costs.
and there's gonna be a mean disclaimer.
Yes.
Thoughts and opinions expressed in this episode do not reflect the 3 ninjas.
Is that nigga?
AKA everything said belonged to this nigga.
Facts.